Hey guys, I'm going to start the stream here in a little bit. I don't actually know what we're going to be doing. Well, I do. I know we're going to be playing the SR-71. I just don't know from where or to where at the moment. I think... I honestly don't really know. Earlier today I did a flight from... somewhere in Utah down all the way to El Salvador, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, that'll be fun. So today I went from Vegas, which is here. I went from Vegas down all the way to here, down to here, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes. Sorry, I'm just responding to messages. So I don't actually know. What I actually kind of want to do is, this is one of my friends here, and what we can do is I can go ahead and join his Discord. Maybe he'll join in on me. I got that set up. I got this set up. So we'll get this set up, and I gotta put in the capture audio. Ooh. We window capture? Discord potentially. And then just hide it. Yeah, it would be that. Okay. Then if you guys, as long as you guys can hear that. Capture audio, there we go. You should be able to hear that. You can't see it, which is good. So what we might do is take off from, like, I don't know, San Francisco, and I don't know where he's actually heading, but we can go form up on him. I think that would be fun. So let's do that. It might take me a bit to get cold and darked, so I'm gonna put it today so I can actually intercept him. He's probably in like a 737, I would imagine, flying maybe, what, like 25,000? I like to fly in the 20s, but I know you got like the what is it called? What is that altitude called? Where it's, I'm just blanking right now. It's nighttime. It's 10 p.m. right now. I'm tired. Wow, it is very laggy. Okay, we'll go on the plane. So we're in the, oh my lord, it's so laggy. We're in the SR-71 here. Sorry for the lag, people. It's not saying I'm dropping frames, but I probably am. So we're gonna do that, put the window down. Do remove chocks, remove ladders. RSO checklists. Ready to start. Start checklist. Yep, we're here. Checked. Interphone is on. Bill light checked. Fuel quantity gauge checked. And I actually want to add a little bit more probably in this. You can in-air refuel. Center gravity CG is good. Okay. Oxygen supply, primaries are on, secondary is off. Any collision on. Any collision is here. Any collision's on. Brakes tested. And we can actually do the want to do a little pushback because we're like moving downhill and it's bugging me a lot, so I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do hold, so we can proceed to next checklist with start engines, start checklist. Start both engines. All right. Go to ground services. Start engines. Start engine 1. Start rotation. Need to make sure the throttles are where they're at, and both of these TEBs are at 16. Make sure the inlets are closed for takeoff. Engine 1 is spooling. You can click it forward, and it'll light. Okay, it lit. Now you bring it back. Now, once that's started, you can do the engine 2 rotation. This one should do the rotation all on its own. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to move the throttles forward at all. It just takes a little bit longer. And I've learned this all in one day, so, I mean, I'm not really reading a checklist. I might when we get into climbing, because it's pretty difficult, but it's not that hard to remember. So yeah, we're just waiting for the right engine to spool. And it's spooling up now. The left engine is going. There we go. Now it lit. So how the engine's light is they go to about 20%, and then 30, and then 40, and then it'll you gotta put the throttle, it'll introduce fuel, it'll go all the way up to 72, and then it'll slowly go down. Bus tie caution light out. Disconnect everything. Or replenish your tab, because tab is afterburner. You need tab for afterburner. So yeah. Remove letters, close canopy. Alright. That's the end of that, he says, before taxi. Ready to taxi. Bring off the hold. Turn on refridge switches. Canopy seals. Sealed. Run the bit test. Okay, so bit test is the one hard part. If You will get stuck here, I promise, if you don't follow my instructions. So bit test. You need to check pusher shaker is up. So you need to make sure this is not on off or shaker only. This needs to be on pusher shaker. The refrig needs to be on. Restarts need to be off. Fuel derich needs to be on arm. Then you come over here. Sorry, it's a little laggy because we're in freaking San Francisco. Turn all 6 of these on. I don't know why it's 10 FPS, bro. KIAS needs to be on. Heading hold needs to be on. Roll on and pitch on. And then you take the lockout on and turn that on. If you can get through all those steps and these switches move and the gen switch moves, you're good. Oh my lord, it's laggy. Why are we at 9 FPS? I don't understand why sometimes my game will be fine and then other times horrible laggy. Like, yes, I'm at a high detail airport, but really, like, man, I don't understand. I have a 5080, man. And the game crashed. The game freaking crashed, bro. Because why wouldn't it crash? Why wouldn't it? Honestly. I'll put you guys back to this. I want to see where he is. And what he's flying. Our friend in... Okay, so he's going from Hawaii to KPDX, Portland. So he's got an hour 30 to Portland. So we don't have to take off from there. We can take off from a smaller airport in like North California. Or even from like Boise. We can just intercept in from like Boise, even if we wanted. Which actually I might do because Boise is not laggy. I'll put you guys on the sim. There you go. It'll load one of these days. This UIPC loading in. For different music. There we go. So we got the flight sim music now, but in the when we're actually flying, we won't. Come on, man. I've never had it take this long to load world data. Like, are we joking? Thank you. I need to take out some mods. Because as you add mods to flight sim, it takes progressively longer to load. I remember when I first got it and I had 0 mods, it was so fast to load. Like, it loaded to the menu in like 1 minute or less. It was crazy. Okay, we'll take off from the fuel box. And I'll give you guys a proper startup with no lag, because here I shouldn't get any lag, and it's kind of more of a proper military. Like, look at that load-in time. It's nuts. It used to be that fast from launching from Steam into the game, but no. Still so laggy. 36. Okay, I can deal with 36. 36 is fine. Okay, so we need to do our checklist again. Shut the window. So to open the wheel, you can either click on the right glass, or you can click, you put this to interphone, put this wheel to interphone, and then click the call button, and it'll open it. Just so you guys know. And then you go to RSO checklist, ready to start checklist. Okay, bailout light. I don't know why it keeps resetting my audio. There we go. Bailout light. You need to go to go and then off. Do quantity gauge check. We got enough fuel for now. Plugs and supply switches. These need to be up and these need to be down. Zero lights, any collision on. And any collision, actually, if you look, any collision lights are here and there. And if I put them off, they actually retract. Because when you get over Mach 2.4, you'll want to retract them or they'll melt. So just so you know, which is part of the checklist too. Sadly, we don't have this wheel for like climb checklist, descent checklist. It's just for on the ground stuff. Okay, ready to start. Actually give you guys more calming music. Start both engines. Ground services, start engine 1. Just like we did before. Wait for it to spool up. I usually wait until about 17 and then add some fuel in about 3, 2, 1. Add in fuel, and you add fuel, or you add throttle until this little, you get over this little first nub. When I get them both started, I'll explain how the throttles work. So now you can back it down. The throttles are a bit confusing in this, but yeah. Okay, so that's engine 1 going. Engine 2 is gonna start. Wait until 17. Okay, now we can add fuel to the first little nub. Then it should fire off. When this starts moving up and it gets in the green, we can lower it down. Okay, tub counter, it should be a 15 because we've used 1. Let's take caution light off. remove ladders, remove chocks, disconnect start carts. And before taxi checklist. Okay, turn on refridge switches, which refridge, as far as I understand, are essentially hydraulic switches. Canopy seals. Sealed. Run the bit test. Okay, so here again, guys, is the bit test. So you need to make sure the pusher shaker is on the up position. Then you come over here, pitch, roll, yaw, pitch, yaw, roll, pitch. Doesn't have to be in that order, just all 6 of them on. Heading hold on, KEAS, down, pitch on, roll on, this up, and that on. It'll go into test, and then it'll go ANS ref, as well as pitot heat can come on. No, we're just waiting for that. It takes about a minute, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just killing stupid Zampopos. Just killing Zampopos here, but okay. So we are on Boise. The right is unstable. I've never seen that error message, but we're gonna keep on going. Yeah, there's the bit test. All right. Oh, that must have been for the bit test. Ready taxi, remove chocks. I believe chocks are gone. Yeah, chocks are gone. For the runway. Let's get that ready. So then you got to make sure to turn back on the SAS because it'll be turned off after the bit test is done. So how the throttle works is you have idle, which is here. You bring it up to here, this position, which is essentially 100% not afterburner. And then anything past that, it will use one of the tabs to get over this step and go into full afterburner. So basically, when you're in flight, you don't want to go lower than these. Unless you're like descending, and if you are above Mach 1, you don't want to go much lower than like the afterburner, because you'll be going like up and down and be burning all your tabs, because you only get 15 transitions into afterburner, so you got to use them wisely. So anyway, I'm gonna put it up to the essentially like it's like taxi idle, which is right on the step. And you'll notice we're not really moving because the throttle hasn't not moved yet. But if I click it one more step up, Or maybe 2 more. Yeah, see, that was 1 step. That was 2. And now it's slowly increasing up more. Now we're essentially almost to the top of the mill power, I guess it's called. So we got the brakes test. Are we off the... Yeah, we don't got the parking brake. Okay, brakes are good, steering's on. Alright. So we're just kind of clipped into the fuel station, but that's fine. We can just rotate. It bugs me how the nose wheel doesn't turn, but it's fine. Okay, so now we're just taxiing along, singing our song. Oh, I was looking at my phone. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So we can just... You want to turn on... You want to just check, like, the normal stuff, like landing light, ANS reference. So there's another thing. This is essentially 2 GPS modes, I guess you can call it. I haven't really figured out how to use them. I just use them almost interchangeably depending on what I want to do. If I want it to be a nav mode, I'll use the INS. And if I want to use heading hold, or I want to be able to follow, say, like a radial, I'll use the ANS. And I'm not really sure what the intended, like, purpose or way to use them are. I haven't read through the full manual, I'll be honest, because the manual is actually huge. When you buy it, you get a literal 82-page manual on this one plane, which is kind of absurd, not gonna lie to you. So here's the threshold. Runway 28 left. We're going to start the checklist. Enter run IGV. Set. IGV is norm. EGT trim is on hold. Engine aft bypass is closed. Those need to be closed. Flight control and trim level. CG check good. Fuel transfer off. D-rich arm and then back to rearm. Number 1, number 2 oxygen armed. Brake switch. Any skid, good. Any skid is on. Pitot heat is on. Battery switch on. Instrument inverter, norm. Takeoff. Start check. Pre-takeoff checklist. Versus SAS recycle. Just turn one of them on and off. It should be fine. Warning caution lights. None. Fuel tank 4. on. Compass check, good. Seem to be good. They're matching. Let's go. 15 seconds to full power. Five. So you put it to full wep now. It's at full wep. Burners now. Burners are good. And we use one tab and brakes off. Acceleration check. Airspeed alive. 100 knots. 150. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Keep on climbing it out of here. Then you can back off. Then you go on roll hold and pitch hold and KIS hold, as well as heading hold or nav hold. But I want to do heading hold, so I go to INS, heading hold on. And then I just set a good west heading for me to head. As well as now I can control my VSI with this pitch wheel. And we're chilling. So for the inlet bypass, it is actually quite difficult to use. So I would recommend going into the checklists after takeoff. So what you need to do for the climb is once you're at 33,000 feet, you can essentially basically level off. Just go no faster than, I believe it's 340, and be sure to pull the surface limiter or push the surface limiter. Yeah, 450. You don't go faster than 450 KEAS. So this KEAS, you don't go any faster than that. So I will have to actually back off while you're climbing. It will get lower as you climb because you're getting into thinner air. At Mach 1.7, you need to start doing things. So at Mach 1.7, you need to set these input bay doors to A, to mode A. We're not near that. We're Mach 0.8, and we're still climbing up. We're covering ground, though, real quick. So you can go actually up to max of 6,000 feet per minute in the climb. It'll make it easier to get up to where you want to be, because the key in this thing is the faster you get up, the faster you can zoom. Because if you get above 30K, you can just punch it, essentially. But you really want to be above like 60 if you're gonna really punch it. Like the best speed that it likes is around 60K. 90 or like 70 to 80, it starts to stall. It gets really wonky on the angle of attack. You have to have the fuel perfectly right, which you do here with these, but it's kind of hard to use. It's like the Concorde, where you use this switch essentially to suck the fuel forward, so suck it more this way, and you use this switch to suck it more this way. But it likes to burn down that way, like to burn from the back when you're climbing, because the fuel sloshes to the back. So you're gonna need to use this if it gets below like 20 or so. You need to pull it forward, as well as use tank 5. It's a lot. I'm not gonna bother you with it. I'm just gonna show you what I do, which is hardly mess with it. So yeah, basically, that's the deal. I have bugs on my phone. I don't know why. I need to increase the climb rate. And we're already passing 21,000 feet, man. Mach 0.73. We are just zooming up through the atmosphere. And it seems our friend has logged off. Not sure why. But he has logged off, it seems, sadly. Don't know why we're having stuttering sounds, but he must have closed Volanta, maybe? I'm not really sure. Do you get this key, Keas, if you're exceeding something, which right now I shouldn't be? So you just check this. Essentially what I do is I'll check this. The left side is for climb, so I'll check this little thing. What altitude? We're at 26,000, so you should be like, the max is like 540, so we're chilling. So I can actually put more power to these engines. And just burning. We're just turning to burning. Just ripping up here. There is 30,000 feet. Don't worry, folks. We'll get up to 90,000 in real quick. Real freaking quick. We'll get up. Well, it seems like our friend is logged off. He was over the ocean, so I don't know why he logged off. But he did, I guess. I don't see him. I mean, yeah, it's not updating his. He disappeared from Volana, and in ACARS he shows up, but it's not changing the numbers. So I'm assuming he must have crashed. I don't see him in Discord, so I guess I can talk to him in general. Graham. Just messaged him on Discord. He looks like he's looking at it, so we're good. We're going slow. We're only going 160 now, so we can actually add even more power. Look at those shock diamonds. So now we're at 35,000. We can do what I was telling you, is go to essentially level VSI, or maybe even slightly down. They say 1 or 2,000 feet per minute down is acceptable. Go to 350 EAS. Not so. I guess that'd be equivalent airspeed, right? I'm trying to think what E is, but I guess it's equivalent. So I guess we just go full afterburner. The manual says go full afterburner. Put the nose down once you've passed 33, roughly 1,000 feet. until you pass Mach 1.4, in which you can put the inlet doors to A. You'll have less drag. Then you can pick the nose up and keep on climbing. Okay, we're at Mach 0.9, 0.91. We are screaming along very quickly. Just cooking. Mach 1. Now it got real quiet, and you notice the airspeed indicator and altimeter are shaking. So we're waiting for Mach 1.2 or so, and then we can pick the nose back up. Because we're in the transonic area, so we have quite a bit more drag forcing us. Yeah, okay, he did cancel or crash or something. So yeah, he's gone out of that, which stinks, but that's okay. So now what we need to do is aft bypass, set section A, set selection A, boom, boom. Once these lights go out, you know they've been set. Because they run off hydraulics, so they're pretty slow. There we go. And these will set by themselves. If a good rule of thumb, if this is ever not 0, the forward bypass, these should not be 0 either. It'll go up automatically because I have it on auto, but you can also set these on the ground if you want to be a certain number. So now we're going below 35,000 feet at higher Mach. So now I can start to climb again. Do we want to just head up to Alaska? We could head up to Alaska, honestly. Like, shoot up to 90,000 feet and just burn up to Alaska. That could be a fun thing. Let's get over the water, get some altitude, and head up there. So I guess we can set PA and K on a little GPS here. PNC? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So then you need to set this to ANS. Put that to ANS. It'll kick off your autopilot, but then you can go auto nav, and it'll automatically do the thing from there. Then you just need to keep the nose up. There. And we're Mach 3.27. Nice. So now we can go back to closed. You see how fast we pick up speed? Once we get past the transonic, this thing actually rips. The hardest part is going like Mach 0.9 to like Mach 1.5. After that, you actually can rip. This isn't 16. This is 1013. So yeah, that's how fast we're going. We're ripping so fast right now. Actually, I kind of want to go back to INS. Go heading hold and put the heading back out west so we can go over the water. Guess we just keep this heading for now. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Just absolutely ripping. It's so peaceful. So peaceful. And then you put yourself behind the engines. Boom. By Mach 3.29, passing 43,000 feet. Still climbing up. And you notice how the AAS has dropped actually because we're climbing. And this spike is all the way aft now. Before it was 0, now it's all the way aft because we have gone significantly faster. I should probably retract the anti-cull light. And I'll just put you in chase plane here. It's kind of peaceful. As we rip across the terrain. Just absolutely speeding faster than really any other plane. But, well, I know this doesn't fly no more, but any other plane that really did fly, the Concorde didn't go this fast. Nothing really went this fast other than, like, missiles. And that's it. Like, you guys want to guess where we're at right now? If you guys know the Washington area, I'm not sure what that mountain right there is called, but let me find it on Google Maps. It's I think it's called Mount Olympic, Mount Olympia, something like that. Oh, it's Mount Rainier. Yeah, that's Mount Rainier. And we took off from Boise. And that's Mount Rainier. Like, we are nearly into Seattle. That's how fast we're going. We are going unfathomably quick, and our CG is quickly becoming a problem. as I'm gonna add fuel in the way you shouldn't, but I can't be bothered to enter refuel. I'll learn it someday, but right now I cannot be bothered. So yep, we're just gonna keep on cruising up, keep on climbing. We're at 54,000 feet. We're just gonna keep on climbing out of here. That is Mount Rainier. Engine temperature pressures are good. Oil pressure is good. Hydraulic pressure is good. Trim is fine. Inlet spikes are good. Altitude is good. Mach is good. It's at a good level right now. I can't really go much faster at this level. I gotta get higher. Liquid oxygen or liquid nitrogen, good. Pressure is good. CG is good. Fuel is good. Temperatures, those are good. All of this is fine. Oxygen is fine. Oxygen pressure is good. We have 13 more tabs. We are chilling. We're doing not too bad. Once you get up and going, it's pretty uneventful. I mean, Seattle's down there. Terrain doesn't load, but Seattle's down there in those. Let me see. Yeah, it's right there where my mouse is. That's Seattle. So I'm gonna head out over the ocean. We're gonna turn right and so we've just passed over Seattle. It's right there. That's like Puget Sound and all that. All those islands there. Up there is like Victoria and Vancouver up there. Now we're heading out over the ocean. I'm not really sure what these mountains are called, but it's like by Bremerton and that. Well, Bremerton's over there in those little islands. Now we're kind of over some mountains, and there's the ocean. Here's the strait. Like Port Angeles, I guess. Port Angeles is right there, down here. And there's like Grandview down there, the city. We're making really good time, actually. Do we have any errors? Just pitot heat we can turn off. Because why do we have to turn pitot heat off? Because this is the skin of the plane. That's how hot it is. It's almost 400 degrees, the skin of the plane. I don't think we need pitot heat when the plane is that hot. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. So now we're nearly going direct to. We can honestly just stay on course. What I could just do is do direct to again from here, and it'll restart the thingy. So I'll just enable the ANS, enable the heading, enable the altitude, and U, and it'll automatically turn. See, I don't know why the autopilot likes to reverse sense like that. It makes no real sense. I'm just gonna stay in INS because it's just better. It likes to reverse sense for some reason. Like, it was deflected to the right. It was deflecting to the right, and it decided to turn left. I think it was gonna try to do the circle of death, but I don't want to let it do that because I would waste like so much distance. This thing takes so long to turn around at this speed. We're at 775,000 feet right now. Just cooking. Look at that. Look at this view, man. Look at this. So we're officially in Canada. This is Canada. We'll see how fast we get from here to Anchorage. But I think it's gonna be pretty quick, personally. I'm gonna go up to... Should we cut it at 90,000? Or should I go higher? Because we're at 86. I kind of want to go higher. I kind of want to see what this thing could do. But I also don't want to stall. I think we should level her off. So this doesn't have altitude hold, but it does have kind of a gated 0 VSI mode, where if you use the wheel, the pitch wheel, and put it as 0 VSI, or like more or less 0 VSI, it'll kind of oscillate with turbulence and stuff. Like minus 100 plus 100, minus 100 plus 100. So it'll relatively stay at the same kind of altitude. But for this thing, plus or minus 100 is fine, in my opinion. Like, it's nothing to be mad at or shake a stick at, you know? Come on. I'm pushing the pitch wheel down. It just doesn't really want to because we're so high. The control surfaces don't have much authority up here. Because this is just a trim wheel, essentially. It's like force trim, where it just moves the trim, essentially, forward or backward. So there, that should be locked on to that altitude. Maybe. We'll see how it does, but we're cruising. Yeah, it looks like it is for now. Cruising Mach 3.4, almost 3.5, 92,000 feet, 1,281 knots of equivalent airspeed. Cruising to Alaska. And that's the view over Canada. Put this little shade down. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I don't really care about the HSI at this point because we're in an SR-71. It's going to be almost impossible to keep it centered. I could put on nav mode, but like, why? We just go roughly this heading and we'll get there. Like, it's not that important if we're a couple miles off or even 30 or 40 miles off. I'm gonna need that time to descend, right? And to turn and shit. So it's like, it's not a huge deal if I move around, if I deviate a little bit from the flight plan. Try to put this at 0 IVSI. I wanted to keep climbing, but I don't want it to climb right now. I don't want it to descend either, because then we'll exceed our max Mach number. And our AOA is getting a little high because our fuel is burning from the nose first. So I'm gonna put it to forward transfer, and we're gonna put tank 5. So we have an estimated arrival time in 28 minutes. Straight line, not counting the descent to Anchorage. Isn't that insane? And we are going 2,000 knots ground speed. We're at 94,000 feet. We have just shy of 1,000 miles left to fly, and we're gonna be there in half hour. Imagine. That's nuts. Actually insane how fast this thing is. We can turn on the IGV lockout. Don't let me forget to turn that off. It's important on the approach. You turn that back on because essentially it protects against flameouts. Put our screen a little brighter. It didn't really help, but whatever. It's funny looking at our Valana. It's like, okay, we got a good ground speed, altitude 10,000 feet, ground speed 500. We hit that point where we get up to, you know, Mach 0.9. We descend that little bit, go back down to 35, and then it just picks up. It goes from 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,800, 1,900 ground speed. Just in a couple seconds. Like, not even, like, 3 minutes. It triples, and then now we're at 2,000 ground speed and an altitude of 92,000 feet. That's what this thing is. That's what I was saying. It's harder to go from, say, 800 knots to, well, not 800, but like sub Mach to Mach 1.5 than it is to go from 1.5 to Mach 3.5 because of transonic drag. Not sure why. It's just how it is. And yeah, I don't know, I think you're watching by now, but your gun has finished. I don't know if I can mention that on YouTube, but it has finished. I just gotta take it out of the printer, break the supports off, and assemble it. But I made the 2 mags and I loaded them, so they're working. I just need to assemble the handle and stuff, and then it'll be good. So yeah, we are cruising here in the SR-71, just absolutely ripping across now the ocean. We're at 93,000 feet at not 270, we're going 2,200 EAS at Mach 3.4. How do you like that? It's an absurd plane. It is so fast. Just takes a bit to manage, but it's alright. I like it. It's worth the money. It's only $35. I don't know if I can send it, but we'll see. Don't really know what else to talk about. Ugh, a little tired. Yeah, we're gonna get here. We're going to Anchorage, Alaska. We entered Alaska, or we entered, we took off like not that long ago. We took off 20 minutes ago from Boise, Idaho. We crossed into Oregon. We went up through Washington. Now we're like halfway up through Canada. And we got 20 minutes left until we're at Anchorage. And we got 800 miles left to Anchorage. And we're going to be there in less than 20 minutes. At like above there, that's not counting the descent, which usually takes a while. But yeah, this thing is pretty crazy. I like it though. I would get it if you like flying stuff like this. I personally do. It's fun to just sit here, monitor it, and kind of just marvel at it, because man, you can see the shock diamonds in the fuel, or in the afterburner of the shock diamonds. They look sick. And the fact that it's silent and then it just goes boom. And then let's see if we can spot the moon. Usually you can spot the moon pretty good in Flight Sim. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Where is it? Where is the dead gum moon? Oh, there it is. You can zoom in. It's insane, the quality of the moon. It's better than my phone's camera. So I'm not really sure how to do the top of descent math for this, because theoretically I would say like, oh, we gotta go down to 8,000, right? So if we go, if we take out our calculator and we go 93,000, 94,000, minus 8,000, that's 86,000 times by 3, 258, plus like a extra factor, plus like, I don't know, add like 50 or so. So start descending 300 miles beforehand. Good work, actually. I might actually do that. Just start the descent 300 miles early. 300 miles before I get there. I think that's the farthest out top of descent ever, but we are at 93,000 feet. But that would be for 1,000 feet a minute. I could cut that off if I go faster, which I normally do descend faster. I go like 4,000 feet a minute down in this thing. Because it likes to... You don't just point the nose down. It likes to keep the nose up, positive angle of attack, with the throttle cut, and descend like that, which is kind of odd, but it prefers it. Not sure why, but it does. Because it does it if you just push. Sorry. If you just push the nose down, you'll overspeed it really fast. So you don't want to do that, obviously. So you hold the nose up or just level, cut the power, and it'll descend on its own, kind of. And usually that's more than 1,000 feet a minute. I wonder what the conditions are there. You can just go in the sim, check the iPad, check the weather, look at the METAR. Overcast, but 10 miles of visibility, gusting 20. Oh, okay, that's always fun. It's 8 degrees with dew point -2. It's just windy, that's the only thing. What about the TAF? TAF, 12 knots. Temperate, gusting 12, gusting 28. Okay. So the recommended runway 15. Yeah, that's probably the one I picked too. The ILS is 111,750. 111,750. It's 10,000 feet long, which is enough for us. What is the... We do the ILS 15. What's the... Final approach fix, or initial approach fix is Ivan, which we need to hit at 3,300. Doubt we're gonna hit that. We're probably gonna be higher. Luckily, it's on the other side of the airport, so we got time. Not much time though, because we're already 500 miles out. We already cut off half. Only 200 miles from when I need to be descending. The other option is, can I do a... no, there's no ILS 233, sadly. I would do that because that'd be almost a straight in. I need to turn a little bit more left. Wasn't watching my CDI. So yeah, we took off from Boise, which is here. And we've made it all the way up here in 40 minutes from takeoff, from like startup to here flying, which is just how insanely fast this thing is.
carpet was flat on my brow. Feeling the rush, there's no stopping now. A razor's edge while my heroes fall. Death with danger or not at all. Every twist and turn holds fate's cruel hand. In this frantic flight over hostile land. Victory's taste for the sting of defeat. Daring the sky in this fevered heat. Racing through the thunderstorm. Tearing up the sky reborn. Echoes of the engine scream. Living out a dead devil's dream.
We got about 180 miles to the top of the tent. We're gonna start to plan that now. IGV switches to lockout, aft bypass set position B. 2.6, aft bypass closed. Yes. 305, aft bypass closed. High speed cruise. Mach 3.4. Okay. Descent profile. Looks good. IGV switches lockout, spikes on auto, forward bypass to auto. Aft bypass to close. Mach 2.5, 69,000. Throttle says 6900 RPM. IGV switches. Engine quantity check. Engines auto and closed. Manual engine inlet control. Restart switches on. Restart switches can stay off because I'm using auto. Okay. Mach 2.5. Okay, so we have that set. I have a checklist on my other monitor. So yeah. So the checklist on my other monitor is telling me things to do and other stuff. So now we can probably start descending now. 720 EGT. Full military, so this. now we are officially starting the descent into Anchorage. This, you gotta be really careful not to exceed the maximum mach, because it really doesn't like it. It starts shaking wildly and the nose pitches up like crazy just all of a sudden. The manual says you can put the EGT down to 720 with the EGT tuning like this, and that'll cut off supposedly 10 nautical miles from your distance. So let's see.
Hope that this thrill never ever leaves me. Oh, we die for choice, no time to cry. Missiles in the dark light up the sky. Chase the horizon, feel the G-force. A jet screaming hot, a relentless course. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fighter, never ever gone. Canyons breath its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. Wind cuts my skin sharp as steel. Control the beast, feel the wheel. Speak demons, there's no place to hide. In the shadow creeps we take the ride. Every second counts, we own the skies. scream fire, never ever gone. Canyons breath its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. The war. The war. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fire, never ever gone. Canyons breath its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. The war. The war. Tear through the sky, gotta move fast. Canyon walls, but we never look back. Engines scream loud, pulling heavy G. Hope that this thrill never ever leaves me. Oh, we dive with twist, no time to cry. Missiles in the dark light up the sky. Chase the horizon, feel the G-force. A jet screaming hot, a relentless course. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fighter, never ever gone. Canyons breath its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. Wind cuts my skin, sharp as steel. Control the beast, feel the wheel. Speak demons, there's no place to hide. In the shadow creeps, we take the
Right now we're just doing some circles. Sorry, I haven't really been talking. I'm just doing a circling descent. We're still at 44,000 feet. Because I grossly undercalculated the 300 miles beforehand. So this will put us on a kind of a far downwind, I guess. For runway. Oh, I guess. Once we get down to below like 20,000, then we can. Yeah, we're Mach 0.95, broke below Mach. It's gonna be interesting in IFR approach.
Hope that this thrill never ever leaves me. Oh, we dive for twist, no time to cry. Missiles in the dark light up the sky. Chase the horizon, feel the G-force. A jet screaming hot, a relentless course. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fighter, never ever gone. Canyons breath its hard, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. Wind cuts my skin, sharp as steel. Control the beast, feel the wheel. Speak demons, there's no place to hide. In the shadow creeps we take the ride. Every second counts, we own the skies. The radar screams loud, oh how time flies. Eyes on the dash, we can't slip. In this metal bird, we take the trip. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn.
Just in descent, still just going down. We gotta go down to 33,000 or 3,300. Okay, it works.
Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fire, never ever gone. Never ever gone. Canyons
So I essentially just pressed the nav mode button. So now it's gonna try and follow the GPS course I set. Remember, it's just a GFAT 430, so it's not really designed for the SR-71. Normally, you have to import the flight plan into this screen, but I don't really want to because, well, I haven't figured out how, honestly. So this is how I'm gonna have to do it, which is fine. It looks like we're gonna go into IFR here, which is gonna be very interesting. We're just looking for 3,300, I guess. We're in real IFR now. We almost see fit. Go fly it by hand now.
Hope that this thrill never ever leaves me. Oh, we die for choice, no time to cry. Missiles in the dark light up the sky. Chase the horizon, feel the G-force. A jet screaming hot, a relentless course. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fighter, never ever gone. Canyons grip its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. scream fighter, never ever gone. Canyons breath its on, feel the roar. Through the narrow veins we wear the war. The war. Wind cuts my skin sharp as steel. Control the beast, feel the wheel. Speak demons, there's no place to hide. In the shadow creeps we take the ride. Every second counts, we own the skies. The radar screams loud, oh how time flies. Eyes on the dash, we can't slip. In this metal bird, we take the trip. Fly tight through the night, breaking dawn. Jet scream fire, never ever gone.
Okay. I'm making my base to final turn, or I guess downwind to base turn now. It'll be more like a teardrop because this thing's fast. I'm intercepting the localizer for runway 15 here at Alaska. It's 14 miles ahead of me, so I probably won't have the glide slope for a little bit. I might, but probably not. I don't actually have very good situational awareness around this area because I almost never fly here. So I'm more just watching the localizer to help me determine where the airport's at. Okay, we need to finish our checklist though. We need to turn on crossfeed. And once we're in with under 300 knots, which we are, we can put the gear down. And one thing that's cool about this plane is the gear doors, they actually stay open. Which I thought is interesting. Not really sure why, but I figured it's interesting. I think I'm gonna be cutting this approach really short because I think that's it right there in front of me. It is, yeah, it's right there. So this is more of like a visual approach backed up by ILS, I guess. We have the crossfeed on, the gear is down, that's on, the surface limiter can be turned on. I'm not really sure what the surface limiter does. The inlets are closed and closed, everything else is on auto. Gear is down after touchdown, we deploy the drag chute. I think that's there right in front of me, but it just looks like crap. What was that? Yeah, it's right there, I guess. Okay. Easing off the throttle. Can't really see much, so I'm going to be relying on the localizer here. And our airspeed. Airspeed is slightly fast. We're looking for approach of about 210. We're going 250. Just let me put the throttle to idle. We have the displaced threshold so we can burn off some of our speed like that. At the last minute, I'm going to go into the external cam so you can see the touchdown. There is the PAPI light showing high, which it will always for this plane. Oh boy. Yeah, we're really fast. Drogue chute out. Stay on the runway. And we're down. Kind of off to the left side, but we had 1.6 G, 660 feet per minute at 190 knots, which is only 30 knots above normal touchdown speed, so we did pretty good. Kind of floated, but overall, not bad. What do we think in terms of landing? Let's see in the chat, or you can text me. Increase the throttle to taxi throttle right there. In total, that was a hour and 20 minutes engine on at Boise to touchdown in Alaska, which is crazy because that was over 1,500 miles. Yeah, it was a little off to the left and a little hard, but overall we did good. This is only my second flight flying this thing. I just now bought it like yesterday, so we're gonna park it up here. Out the wheel, ground services, connect start cards, put chocks, put ladders, pop the canopy, and we can turn off SAS, turn off the generators, and cut the engines, and we're out. That is the Blackbird Sim SR-71. Sadly, you can't touch the controls here, which would be cool because these are the engine starters. It's not like an APU or a GPU. This pipe right here is actually a drive shaft. It's mechanical. It goes and plugs into a shaft in the engine and physically turns the engine with a shaft that goes up here. And that's why both engines have it, because there is no, like Airbus and Boeing, they have cross bleeds. You can start each engine with air pressure. This doesn't have an APU. This purely needs, this is the only way the engines can be started unless you're in the air above a certain airspeed, which I feel like is kind of a problem, because the only time you're going to have a flame out is either really fast at really high airspeed, where the shock cones off of the engine cones kill the compressor, kill the compressed air if these aren't set correctly, or at super low speed when you go high angle of attack and the air gets disturbed going into the engine and flames out. But if you're on approach and you lose one engine, you might be done, man. I don't know how good this thing is on flying on one engine, but I would imagine not great. So yeah, that's that. That is the SR-71. I hope you enjoyed. I can show you, in fact, the flight that we took was this. Transform, switch to screen. This was the route that I just took. Was from Boise, Idaho. Here, we climbed up. You can see how fast we climbed. By here, we were already. No, by here we were already like Mach 4 or so. And we flew and flew and flew and flew. Did a little circle to burn some altitude. Flew over the mountains just above mach. Did kind of a little pattern entry and landed. And it was only an hour and 33 minutes from engine start to landing. So overall, pretty good. I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys again for the next video. Bye bye.